Avtron M6 hollow shaft installation. The Avtron M6 hollow shaft encoder is a severe duty unit designed for rough service and hazardous zone applications, including oil and gas drilling. It includes an ATEX rating for flame-proof construction, which does not require the use of current limiting or intrinsic safety barriers. It is the responsibility of the user to ensure the M6 is selected correctly for the potentially explosive atmosphere in which the equipment is to be put in service. The unit employs a hollow shaft and clamping collar to lock the encoder to the shaft. An anti-rotation bracket prevents rotation of the encoder while allowing for shaft end float. Installation hardware, listed in the manual and shown here, is required. Begin M6 installation. Units are shipped with a protective plug in the hollow shaft to help prevent damage. Loosen the clamping collar screws to remove the insert. Remove the collar clamping screws and apply thread locker. Reinstall collar clamping screws. Do not tighten clamping collar before installation onto the motor shaft. Install the anti-rotation bracket to the front of the M6 using the screws and thread locker provided. Prior to M6 installation, be sure power is removed and no hazardous atmosphere conditions are present. Clean the machine shaft of any dirt and check for burrs or damage. Use the dial indicator gauge to ensure motor shaft runout TIR does not exceed 0.002 2007-inch 0.05 millimeter. Use a caliper gauge to verify motor shaft is proper diameter and within acceptable tolerances. The M6 is designed for end-of-shaft applications only. Installation on a motor shaft is shown in this video. Apply anti-seize to the motor shaft. Carefully slide the M6 onto the shaft. Do not force. The encoder should slide on easily. Do not hammer the encoder onto the shaft. Tighten the screws on the clamping collar evenly until snug, then firmly tighten. Do not use a standard right-angle hex wrench for final tightening. Use only a T-handle hex wrench or torque wrench with hex bit. Secure free end of anti-rotation tether arm to the motor face, floor, or other stationary surface provided. The arm should be flat, not bent. Use additional washers to space as needed to ensure the arm is flat. The encoder is now installed properly. The body of the hollow shaft encoder should not wobble excessively when the shaft is turning. For the M6, the body should show no more than 7/1000ths runout as measured from the outer perimeter of the body. See the manual for instructions on correcting excessive runout. Apply power to the M6 encoder. If an oscilloscope is used to test the encoder, the signal should look roughly as shown here, without large spikes or variations in the signal. The signals shown here were taken at steady speed. The M6 is now installed properly and ready to output signals to your PLC or drive. This concludes M6 hollow shaft installation.